African Americans have made a big difference, whether it's been science, the arts, economic development, social services. We have really been able to achieve great pinnacles of success. Well, to me, it represents the resiliency of a people coming over here on slave ships and suffering from discrimination and Jim Crow. We have been able to survive the worst conditions, living conditions, economic, social conditions. So I think the fact that we have been able to thrive and survive demonstrates the resiliency that African Americans have. And so this time of year really helps us to understand that, appreciate it, and celebrate it.
It really focuses on the contributions that African Americans have played into our great city. I think it's important because without these great African Americans, we wouldn't be where we are today. From the first African American mayor, Tom Bradley, to Paul Williams, who's one of the greatest architects that this city has known and has built many buildings that still stand and survive today. So I think it's just one point in time where African Americans can be celebrated with all of the wonderful contributions that they have to uplift this beautiful city.
Well, I think it's also true that having a racially diverse staff helps bring perspectives that are so very important in the problem-solving process. Frequently one lens is not enough. And so it's important to recognize those individuals, recognize the success they've had as positive role models, and to tell our future generations that they can do it too.
African American Heritage Month is significant to me in my life personally because my father came to Los Angeles during the Watts riots, and at the height of civil unrest, he still felt safer to be here in the city of LA than to be back home. He came from the Midwest at a time when interracial marriage was socially unacceptable. So he came to Los Angeles because it was essentially life or death. Same for my mother and my grandmother. They also migrated here. I think about the time not long ago when my grandmother was not able to be served at a lunch counter, to now in her 94 years of life, to see the progression that we've made as a culture from President Obama's election to now our first African-American Black woman to serve as mayor of Los Angeles. I'm just really proud that she's able to see this moment in her lifetime. And I think that was the reason why I got into public service, to fight bigotry and to strive for equity so that no one else has to suffer the way that she did in her life.